the Big Easy Basketball Podcast.
Today on the Big Easy Basketball Podcast, we have a absolute gentleman of the game, but a gentleman of the game that has played at the elite highest level. Welcome to the podcast, Norvel.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Now, Norvel, tell us a little bit about your basketball journey.
It was quite an experience. But how far back you want me to go?
Go all the way.
All right, so I started playing basketball around 11 because I came from Caribbeans. So I was born in Antigua and I moved to St. Croix, and then I started playing basketball around 11, yeah. Then I was terrible. My first coach, all he had me do was just stand there with my hands up and rebound. And I could always jump, so he would just tell me just to jump straight up. And then I started getting into the gym and realized, I can be okay. And started playing a bunch of 3 different high schools, all basketball purposes and whatnot. Went to a prep school. Then I declared, instead of going to college, I declared to go to the league. So I was the last pick in the NBA draft combine, and I did that. Ended up not getting picked. Went to the D League, not the G League at the time. It was the D League, and I got drafted 6th by the 87ers, the 76ers developmental team. And after that, that season was over. I went to Taiwan, came back, then did 2 years in Italy, and then a year and a half a season in Lebanon. Came back, then got picked up by the Sixers, played with the Sixers, then the Knicks, and then did a short stint with the Nets. Had a few 10 days with Celtics, the Utah Jazz and whatnot, and then ended up going to Cleveland, the G League team in Cleveland, and then played for Indiana's G League team. Then after that, played in Iran. Then after Iran, went to Lebanon, and then came home from Lebanon because the war broke out. And then was at home for a few months, and then, came to Australia.
And here you are.
Yeah.
Wow. That is an experience, and that is a journey, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're playing in countries, and then the war breaks out. We better get back home again. And
it's crazy even with that. Like, when the war broke out, it's 2 sides to Lebanon. It's like the Muslim side and the Christian side. And the Muslim side was the one that was involved in the war and whatnot. So on the Christian side, people was outside walking their dogs and just enjoying life like nothing was going on.
Yeah. Wow. That's an amazing journey. You've played at multiple NBA, been involved in multiple NBA sort of spaces. Mm-hmm. Which one was your favorite one?
New York.
Yep. And they go, reason?
I mean, it was home basically because I live in New York.
Yep.
And so that was easy. The commute was easy, but the fans are definitely next level. In Philly, I love Philly.
Yeah.
I love Philly.
What was it you liked about Philly?
That blue collar, nitty gritty, get the job done and just don't complain about it.
Yeah. Us versus them mentality. Yeah. Fantastic. Who was your favorite player growing up?
Kevin Garnett.
Why is that?
Just his go-getter mentality, talked a lot of mess, and just played hard.
Yeah.
And then for a little bit, I liked Dwayne Wade.
Oh, everyone loved Dwayne Wade.
I love Dwayne Wade. Flash was definitely one of my favorite. And then just growing up in California, Kobe Bryant, for sure.
Everyone loves Kobe.
Yeah, that fadeaway, shooting a little piece of paper into the trash can, hit that Kobe. Yeah,
that's it. Now you're playing with the Knox Raiders this year. This is your first season at Knox. What do you like most, and what attracted you to come to the Raiders?
First and foremost, Australia attracted me to come. It's always been on my bucket list. So being able to get the opportunity to come play, I was like, all right, I'll go. And then I like the coaching staff. I like the facility. I like the actual staff that works here. Everybody's kind and open-hearted and just welcoming. So it was just it was a no-brainer.
Yep. Lovely. Now, do you have any game day habits or quirks that you do?
Yeah, I do. So on game day, I usually try to sleep in a little bit just so I can get as much fresh as I can. And then I usually stretch, take a hot shower, and then I'll clean my house up, like clean everything. Because it helps me mentally prepare myself. Like a clean house or a clean situation or a clean environment clears your mind. So I usually just do that, and then I just play some music and then off to the game.
Fair enough. Cleaning the house is your little quirky habit that you have.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like literally dishes, wash dishes, put dishes away, wash clothes, make up the bed, all types of stuff. Like it has to be clean.
Just on road trips then, if you're on a road trip and you've gone away, how do you do that? Do you just clean up the room you're in?
Yeah, I'll just make the bed up.
Yep.
I'll make the bed up, put my shoes up properly, the clothes that are like my dirty clothes, put the dirty clothes in a proper pile and whatnot. But yeah.
That's definitely a quirk. Now, how do you stay motivated yourself? Like what keeps you motivated to keep playing?
My mom. Honestly, seeing my mom, she gets up every day, go to work, her 9 to 5. She's been doing that for a while, and she doesn't complain. And all I have to do is come play basketball for 2, 3, 4 hours a day, and then the rest of the day is mine. So it's like, why not? And seeing how she went from a different country to come to America and still just had that go-getter mentality. It was just like, all right, what am I complaining about?
Yeah, fair enough, mate. I'm not going to argue with that one.
Right.
Now, we've got a field of young athletes and they all look up to you for one reason or another, but I would definitely say, one, your height, but more importantly, Norvel Pelle, you are an absolute superstar. How do you, what advice would you give the young athlete in today's market to get to become the next Norvel Pelle?
Do the little things. Don't take granted for the little things. Make sure you get your recovery, especially at a young age. Like start recovering early. Start doing the small things off the court that people aren't seeing you doing on the court. And just, study, film, lots of film, watch lots of film.
Watch lots of film
Yeah.
and work out your opposition and what you're doing right or wrong, or is that what you mean by that? Or
More so like with the film comes seeing what you're doing right and also what you're doing wrong.
Perfect. All right. Now, we're going to change it up a little bit here. We have a little bit of fun.
The shot clock.
There you go.
Do you have a nickname?
Yeah. So one of my coaches gave me a nickname. It was during a practice. We had like crazy practice. I always practiced up, and or I always practiced with the older kids. And it was one drill, and I just kept messing up. And he grabbed the ball and like kicked the ball across the court. And he was like, he said a curse word, and he was like, "Sticks." And ever since then, it was just like sticks stuck with me.
All right.
But usually people call me Vel, whatnot.
Yep.
It's simple.
I think sticks is more fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll get the kids calling you sticks on a game day now. Do you watch any reality TV?
Reality TV. I try not to, but when I do, I get too invested. Like Love is Blind and all that.
Yeah. Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Now, I asked people whether or not they take a window or an aisle seat on road trips. There's no way you're taking a window seat.
Oh, I have to take a window seat.
You do?
I have to.
Why is that?
I fall asleep as soon as I sit down.
Oh, lucky
So
you.
as soon as I get on the flight, I'm falling right asleep.
Yep. Now, if you're a sitcom character, what would your catchphrase be?
A sitcom character. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Your catchphrase can be, I don't know.
There you go.
There we go. There we go.
That's a good one, yeah.
Which teammate do you think forgets something all the time?
Respectfully, I do sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. What did you forget?
Sometimes I just forget like a jersey, or like I have a wristband that I play with, and I usually forget to take that off during the games and whatnot.
Okay. What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
It was a part of a chicken that when I was in Taiwan, we went out to eat as a team, and it was like a stew, and like the team was like, "No, try it," and it was like a part of a chicken that I don't think anybody should eat that.
I won't ask what it was. I'll just leave that to everyone's imagination. Now, you're going to apply for a character role on The Avengers, and your character is rejected because it's so boring with its superpower. What was the superpower that you potentially had, and what was your character's name.
Superpower.
Yep.
Move too slow. Captain, why don't you move fast?
Captain, why don't you move fast? Your superpower is that you're too slow. That is fantastic. If you had an animal as a sidekick, what would the animal be?
A gorilla.
Why a gorilla?
Because they're strong, intelligent. No, actually, let me take that back. An elephant. I like how their memory is and just how family oriented they are, and like they're huge, they're big, and it's just like they're strong, but then super, super intelligent.
Fair enough. I'm not going to argue with that. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to argue with you at all, just to let you know. Now, if you're a famous DJ, what would your tag name be?
My DJ tag name?
Yep.
I thought about this last night and I forgot it already.
Well, not Sticks with the Mix or something like that.
That's smooth, actually. I didn't even think about that. That's actually really smooth.
Yeah, I come
DJ
up with stuff on
Sticks
top.
with the mix.
That's not bad.
Quick on your feet.
There we go. Now, you've got your teammates cooking your dinner. Ooh. Who would you least want to eat? Whoever's cooked that meal.
Least cooked like the meal that they prepared?
Yeah. You got to trust them to be a good cook.
All due respect, Kelly.
Kelly? Yeah. Most people say cheesy, but that's all right. But
I don't think Kelly could cook.
No, I agree with that. Now, here's one that everyone loves.
I love Kelly.
We all do.
Yeah, I love Kelly. He's good. Yeah. Great dude.
Now, what's your best excuse for missing practice?
See, this is incriminating stuff. I don't miss practice. I don't come up with excuses to miss practice.
I love that answer. We hear that answer every time.
But if I was to miss practice, old head once told me, they can't question if you have a family situation going on. So
that's an excuse I used to make when I played. Norvel, it's been a pleasure having you on today.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck with the remainder of the season.
Appreciate you.
And good luck moving forward.
Thank you.